All right, so we are told that t is in the first quadrant and that cosine t is given. Use the Pythagorean identity, sine squared t plus cosine squared t is equal to 1, in order to find sine t. So we're given cosine t, and we're told we need to use Pythagorean's identity right over here. So we're going to take that cosine t, we're going to plug it in for cosine right over here. Drop down sine squared t plus plugging in square root of 57 over 8 for cosine. We are squaring that is equal to 1. When we square square root of 57 over 8, we get, well, 57 over 64. So we're left with this equation right over here that we need to solve. We're solving this for t, so let's move everything over to the other side. We're going to subtract away that 57 over 64 to each side, which is going to cancel on this side, leaving us with this sine squared t here that we're going to drop down. On the right side, we just need to subtract 1 minus 57 over 64. Change that 1 to be a 64 over 64 so that we can easily subtract that 1 minus the 57. And when we do that, that gives us 7 over 64, which we're just going to plug in here. So we're left with sine squared t is equal to 7 over 64. Take the square root of each side. Since we're solving for sine, we have sine squared. Well, to get sine, we're going to take the square root of the left, square root and square cancels, dropping it down to sine t. Take the square root of the right-hand side. Square root of 7 is just a square root of 7. Square root of 64 is an 8. Typically, when we take square roots, it is a plus or minus. But again, we are talking about measurements in the first quadrant. Everything is positive in the first quadrant. So sine t is equal to square root of 7 over 8.